Welcome back everyone, this is MandoAllDay, back with another video. And in this video, I'll be doing an overview of Superman, the gold label Walmart exclusive. This is from the DC vs. Vampire storyline. I'll be talking about the figure itself in terms of the articulation, sculpture, and paint, and if it's worth your purchase or not. Before we get started, make sure you hit the subscribe button to not only support the channel, but to keep up to date and watch videos like this. So let's take a look at the box, which I have to have something on the back because it keeps falling on its own. It's all good nonetheless. Front of the box. This side. The back, which I really like this art piece. The other side. Top. And a bottom. Alright, now let's take a look at the figure outside the box. As always, they do come with a card. This is the front of the card looks like. The back of the card. It does come with some accessories. It does come with two different hands. They're closed fist hands. This is his right fist. And his left fist. Alright. And a regular puck stand. Now let's take a look at the articulation. So, left, right. Good. Up, down. A little stiff, but it's fine. Shoulder articulation, bicep, elbows, wrist, come on, there we go, wrist, and we'll do torso as well. Oof, very good torso articulation, very, 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 very good, and of course swivel as well. So the upper body articulation, it's good, not a whole lot, well, it's passable on the up-down for the head articulation, but the torso is just 10 out of 10. Leg articulation, knees, ankles, and of course toes itself. So overall, the articulation of the whole entire figure, it's good. Now let's talk about the figure itself. And right away, just look at that head sculpture. That is just top notch. Just look at all of that detail. Okay, I'm going to do my best to go over everything because it's so much. Alright, first off, we'll start off with the mouth. Look at the teeth, the blood on there, the shiny, glossy red. You got the messed up teeth. Then you have also, too, the eyes as well. Just look at all of that detail. The painted red eyeshadow looks fantastic. The eyebrows, and then also the skin. The skin that's kind of ripping on here onto the side right there. You got the pointy little elf ears. You can see that, and you got more of that skin ripping here on the other side. Then you got more of that blood underneath right there on this neck. It is just a fantastic looking head sculpture. I'm really liking this whole entire wave of DC vs. Vampires. Just look at all of that detail in the head sculpture. Just looks menacing. You got the painted lips on there too, like purple-ish glossy. You can see a little bit right there. You got that red just coming out of his mouth, and you got that glossy painted tongue as well too, which my camera can't pick it up, but it's there. You can see it. There you go. Very subtle, but it's there. It is just a fantastic head sculpture. Looks gruesome and mean, but it looks fucking sweet. I am really liking it. That grin on here on this head. The forehead, excuse me. Then you got the hair. The hair's fine, clean looking hair for Superman, but just that face sculpture design just looks top notch, man. Top notch, and I am loving it. Just look at all of that detail. Just fantastic. Then you got here on the arm, the upper torso, or actually mainly the whole entire figure. It's just a regular spandex Superman. So you got on here just plain old buffed shoulders and triceps and biceps. And you got that Superman logo, which has like a matte look to it. Same with the red inside of it as well. And the other arm, same thing. It's just really huge arms and biceps. And then you have here the pointy like fingers. Same here on the other side. Just looks creepy and disgusting. But again, it's DC vs. Vampires. But it looks good. The overall just looks very well put together. Then you got the cape on here. The cape on here looks good. I will say though, the cape though, it has like a weird little design right here. It just kind of goes in here, then it opens up here even more. It's not bad, it's just a little off compared to the other capes though, but it looks good nonetheless. But man, this is just a good looking figure, and I really dig this figure. Now, I will say though, don't be fooled. It's not really like a navy blue. It's more like a matte blue. Same with the cape as well too. I'm letting you know because my camera makes it seem like it's actually like really bright red when it's actually not. So just be mindful of that. But overall, the figure looks really, really good. Very clean for Superman figure. McFarlane with Superman figures, they're usually clean, as you can see in the back. They're pretty clean looking. But man, the head sculpture, it is top notch. Fantastic. Just, you have to see it in person. And I'm telling you, when you see this head sculpture, you're going to be like, damn, I want this figure. Because you want to add it to your collection, not only to complete the set of these other two right there on top, but also just to have this figure. Because it looks so good, man. So good. You got the Superman logo on here on the trunks. Clean looking. And take a look at the legs. The legs are similar to the upper body. Just very muscle tone. You get the big thigh on there, the calf muscle, the hamstrings. Not much to it into the lower body. You got the little design right here. And actually, I like that paint. It has like a nice dark gray, a little bit like a glitterish kind of color to it. So when you have light on it, it has like a little glitter shine to it. Not a whole lot, but it's subtle. Same thing here on the wrist as well too. It has that kind of gray on there. The boots, that's pretty much it for you get for boots. And you got the shoes on there. So in terms of the lower body, it's just a regular Superman look, just spandex. And it looks fine, though. It looks fine. And Superman does do squats, as you can see, matches with his hamstring. And so, I gotta say, this figure looks menacing, looks weird, but it looks damn sweet, man. Having it in hand and seeing it in person, man, the pictures do not do it justice. I'm telling you, when you see this figure in person, you're going to buy one. I'm telling you right now. Because I remember seeing images and I'm like, it looks cool. It's alright. But when I saw it in person, when I actually got it, oof. It is just beautiful. And man, I'm very lucky I got this one. I'm very lucky I got one of these. Which I'll talk about in a bit. My biggest issue with this whole entire wave. So overall, what I think about the figure. I absolutely love this figure. Good looking head sculpture design, just top notch, just a head sculpture, and on top of that you get a nice base for Superman figure. And again, for the price of $20 for such a good quality head sculpture and paint, I gotta say, I definitely recommend getting this Superman figure. It's a great addition to the DC vs. Vampires wave. My biggest gripe of this whole entire wave is just going to be the fact that it's a Walmart exclusive. That is the biggest issue. Because it's kind of hard to get. I got super lucky. I went to a local Walmart. They had them right there, and I got Adam and this one. So that's my biggest complaint about this whole entire wave. But apart from that, though, for what you're getting for the price of $20, I think it's a really good deal. Good head sculpture design. Good base for a Superman figure. And again, it looks great overall. When you have it compared to the other DC vs. Vampires figures, just looks fantastic. So once again, what do I give Superman from the DC vs. Vampires Gold Label Walmart exclusive figure? Because a thumbs up for me. I definitely recommend getting one before they're gone. Here we have Superman from the Dark Knight Returns wave next to Superman, the Gold Label. They both look good, but I just wanted to show you the difference in terms of the color palette. Because when you see this figure by itself, well, in this video, you really see like almost like a bright blue, not bright blue, but like a really blue. But it's actually really not like a dark blue. It's mainly like a matte blue, like a faded out blue, if that makes sense. And here we have like a regular Superman blue. So if you have this figure, you want to get a better idea how it looks next to each other. There you go, you can kind of get an idea just how darker this figure is compared to this figure. Here we have Superman from the Red Sun storyline figure next to the DC vs. Vampire storyline Superman, and just a good looking head sculpture on this figure. The base is fine. It's fine. It does have the old school joins, which I personally don't like. I like more of the newer ones, like these right here, but it's fine nonetheless. But again, head sculpture of this one looks really, really good. And I want to show you again another Superman figure, but this time more darker tones. So if you have this figure, you can kind of get an idea how darker this one is. This one is a lot darker in terms of the blue and the red, and the cape is not as bright as red. So just letting you know, that way you have an idea what this one's going to look like. if you have not seen in person. So once again, here we have the DC vs. Vampires next to Red Sun. Here we have the Black Lantern Superman and the DC vs. Vampires Superman. Man, really good sculpture design on this one. The head sculpture is creepy and menacing, but it's a good looking figure overall. But once you see this one, you're going to be like, yeah, this is crappy. I still like it. Don't get me wrong. I still like this figure. I think this figure looks fantastic. But man, this is just another level. I'm telling you, when you see this in person, you're going to be like, damn, this is nothing compared to this. Because the head sculpture on here, oof, just blows this one out the doors. And once again, this is Black Lantern Superman next to Vampire Superman. Here we have the figure that started it all. It's going to be the Batman DC vs. Vampire storyline figure next to the Superman 1. And I believe this is the first one. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is the first one. Joker was the second one in the back for this whole wave. My only concern, well, not concern, but the only issue I have here, as you can see, is this one's taller, a lot taller compared to this one. And so it's like, why is this one shorter compared to the Batman one? It's nothing bad or anything. It's just one of those, like, why is this one taller? But they both look good regardless, though. If you would ask me which one do I prefer, easily Superman. Superman looks so much creepier and menacing compared to the Batman one. Here we have the Joker version of the DC vs. Vampires next to the Superman one. And man, this is a hard one to choose. If you were to ask me which one I prefer, the Joker one or the Superman one, this is actually really tough. Because even though the body's clean, plain looking, the head sculpture on this Joker, it is just beautiful. Let me see if I can get a... come on. There you go. Oh, come on. There you go. And look at that. Look at that head sculpture. Tell me that don't look creepy. That looks damn sweet. And having it side by side next to the Superman one, oof, this is a tough one. Because the details on the Superman one, just beautiful on here. On the head sculpture. This one... But if I can only choose one, you know what? I'm going to go for the Joker. Even though it's more cleaner, plain looking, it does have way better detail on the face sculpture on this particular Joker. So to me, I would choose this one. Here we have all three side by side. They all look fantastic. And I'm so glad McFarlane is continuing with it. This whole entire wave of the DC vs. Vampires. All three of them look really good. I can't wait for the Green Lantern one. That one's going to look damn sweet. And of course, we have to get Wonder Woman. So, McFarlane, if you're watching this, come on. If you did Batman, you did Joker, you did Superman, you did Green Lantern, you got to bring the Wonder Woman as well, too. So here we have so far all three of them, which is going to be the Batman, Superman, Joker from the DC vs. Vampire storyline. Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me on this figure? To plan to purchase this figure, leave it in the comment section below. As always, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the support channel, but keep up to date and watch videos like this. This includes an overview of Superman from the DC vs. Vampire storyline, the gold label Walmart exclusive figure, and on to the next one.